Mario Barrios versus Manny Pacquiao. I don't think a fight breakdown necessarily has to be done for this, but it is still going to be an interesting fight. I think it's pay-per-view. It's not on Netflix like Canelo and Crawford, or Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, which it would have made sense because they did the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul thing. It would have made sense. They're already hosting two big fights already. But Manny Pacquiao makes a return at 46 years old. Most people think he should never return to boxing, but he already had his exhibition to, like, I guess, rub off the ring rust, but he's too old for this. Mario Barrios, this is a good fight for him because it's kind of like that Keith Thurman fight and the Gervonta Davis fight where he's getting the star fights. I'm noticing that a lot. He's getting the big fights, and I don't want to see it as because he's an easy opponent, because Keith Thurman like beat the hell out of him, and then Gervonta Davis obviously did what Gervonta Davis does, tanked him out. And then I mean he won against Ugas, but is that a Keith Thurman level opponent? I don't think that he's going to knock out Manny Pacquiao just out of respect for the old king, but he's most definitely going to win unanimously. If you go back to the summer, Manny Pacquiao had an exhibition fight with a Japanese fighter, and he kind of had the same dynamics. I thought it was gearing up for a Ryan Garcia little fight or whatever, but it was clearly in order to set up this Mario Barrios fight, because they got the same, like, they're both 5'10", both long arms, and they don't fight the same, but from a technical point of view, Manny Pacquiao is going to have to fight them the same. I don't think Mario Barrios is going to come in the aggressive style that he always comes for this fight. This is like a Roy Jones, Mike Tyson kind of deal, where we just want to see the old legend get back in the ring, do his thing once more. I don't think this ends up with Mario Barrios just trying to kill Manny Pacquiao in the ring. That's impossible. There's going to be a high level of respect in that ring. But on the undercard of this fight, because we know what's going to happen, Manny Pacquiao, he's gonna come out for like the first half of the fight, do his thing, throw a few punches here and there, jump around, then get tired. Maybe he's off the snack pack. Maybe he's moving with Victor Conte. They get him in the right physiological space. Maybe that happens, but he's gonna come in, he's gonna jump around, he's gonna give us a glimpse of the past, and then for the last 6 rounds, he's just going to fade away slowly and slowly. And it's gonna be exactly like that Jake Paul, Mike Tyson situation, where I think Mike Tyson was 57, 58. Manny Pacquiao isn't that old, but he's definitely wearing down from where he used to be at 46. But on the undercard of this fight is interesting. Tszyu and Fundora rematch. I don't know what they have against Tszyu, but Fundora almost murdered him the last time they were in the ring together. I don't really see the point of trying to do another rematch. Yes, Tszyu was winning that fight, though he had the scars, I can't say he was winning the fight. He was getting at him where, if you look at the Booker-Fundora fight, Booker couldn't really touch Fundora because he's obviously this tall guy, and it's hard to reach with the, I think they said he has a 7-foot arm length. So obviously in the welterweight division with guys that's at 147, usually around 5'10", they're not going to touch him. He's just too far out there. But Tszyu actually touched him a few times. And maybe that's why they're rebooking this fight, because unlike everybody else, he showed potential to get him out of the ring, because Fundora is obviously going to be the biggest problem at 147. And I don't think Tszyu is the same fighter that fought him before he had that scar on his head, before he was cut open, really. So that's fight is going to end in a devastating knockout. But moving on to the third fight on that card, it's going to be Pitbull versus Pharaoh. Now, they already fought. I guess they're fighting again because people had suspicions of a robbery on Pharaoh's behalf. I don't think of such things. It looked like it was just a brawl. Essentially, Pitbull came in how he always does, just throwing punches. He kind of has this compound guard where he swings his arms and then just prays to God somebody gets hit. But Pharaoh sustained those 12 rounds. So the knockout threat isn't necessarily there like it was with Rolly Romero and all the other opponents of Pitbull Cruz. I see this fight hopefully going, how do I put this? If Ferrero could implement the same game plan that Valenzuela brought to Pitbull Cruz, where he's not just gonna stay in the pocket with this short fighter that only looks to land a hook on you, where he decides to actually use his brain, use his height, use his reach, and jab first, right? Get the jab off, and then come in with the hook, the uppercut, when Pitbull is forced to jump in, not necessarily planning the way, because Pitbull doesn't have a jab. He doesn't have a, how do I put this? You know how Manny Pacquiao jabs, and he jabs his way in as he jumping towards you. Pitbull Cruz, he's just jump. He's just jump Hail Mary. Jump Hail Mary. And that's where Pharaoh, if he doesn't use his same style of trying to just out-brawl the brawler, but bring an actual game plan to the fight of jabbing the brawler and slowing him down, then as he tries to fight and push his way in, that's when you just come in with that hook and the uppercuts that you love to throw. It's just a slower fight. Yeah, it could make for a more boring fight, but from what I saw in the last fight on Pharaoh's behalf, you got your ass beat. Like, you were getting hit with a lot of shots back to back to back. And Pitbull, I don't think he's been dropped once. He, obviously the compact guard, nothing ever touches him. But I don't think, like, he just has a gigantic fucking head where you're punching at this brick. You know, I think Gervonta Tank Davis even hurt his hand trying to punch at his head, where he guards like this, so you only have this top part, the part of the head that you're not supposed to hit, on Isaac Pitbull's giant fucking head. It can only end one way, with him kind of deflecting everything off. But who knows? Pharaoh might find a new light, a new skill, train a bit differently, not that aggressive style. But we'll see. And I think there's well, those are 3 fights on the Manny Pacquiao Mario Barrios undercard.